Hello everyone and welcome to my more important analysis videos on Monday 25th of February with me, Richard, Premier Market Analyst at Hantec Markets. We're pretty positive on risk appetite today. We've had this delay in the deadline of the trade negotiation talks between US and China as President Trump suggests that there's substantial progress being made in the talks. So he's put a delay on the deadline. So that basically means that they are on the way towards an agreement. And the markets have taken it positively. Certainly risk appetite is looking decent through equity markets. You had decent gains on S&P 500 on Friday, and that's continued today, about 0.5% higher there. Similar sort of just under 0.5% moves higher on the European markets. Look at this. Well, the real moves come through Chinese assets, really. The Chinese yuan strengthening to its strongest level since July last year against the US dollar. But also you look at the fact that the Shanghai composite was 5.5% higher this morning. So really strong moves there. So, I mean, that is pretty much indicative of risk appetite being very strong. And you can see that through the major Forex pairs where the Aussie dollar is strong, the Kiwi dollar is strong, and the Japanese yen is underperforming. So broadly speaking, the US dollar is slightly lower on this. That's interesting because you've actually got treasury yields which have picked up a shade, but the dollar will tend to weaken as this Chinese trade story, if it does come to a conclusion in the positive side, then that will be dollar negative as the dollar unwinds much of that strength that it had throughout last year on the back of the trade dispute. And you can see that here on this chart. So yeah, interesting moves that we've got on markets today. Gold continues to sort of hold support, trying to build once more. Silver back up towards $16 as well. Oil price still positive, still holding on to these recent gains. So yeah, pretty much all the risk appetite signs are still moving in the right direction for bullish market members there. So, in terms of data points today, we've got nothing really, and you got a lot of Tier 1 US data throughout this week, but nothing out today. In terms of my chart of the day, looking at FTSE 100, because what we have seen is that FTSE is actually consolidated throughout last week, but other markets continue to break higher, and this consolidation is coming at a key moment, 7.2 to 7.3. If I zoom all the way out, you can see the importance of 7.2 to 7.3 on a historic basis. Numerous times we've seen turnarounds coming in that 100 tick area, and we're basically up towards that resistance a couple of weeks ago. Turned back from 7.260 area, but seems to have found a bit of support at 7.140, 7.141. And starting to tick higher again. Now this is coming as the momentum indicators have just lost a bit of ground, but if that RSI can hold up above 60, then that remains a positive. You could see a similar sort of move, I suppose, to what we saw back in late January on the MACD lines, where they sort of threatened to bear cross and then actually sort of turned up back higher again. So watch out for that coming through there as the lines have converged. But I think obviously that support of last week's low, 7,142, is important now, and it'll be interesting to see if the market can close back above 7,200. 7,200. If it can close back above that, I think that's a positive. Can then start to put pressure on little resistances that were formed throughout last week. You got the initial level at 7,220 of Friday's high, and then sort of pushing up towards 7,261 again. But it certainly looks as though that the market has held on to this corrective move, and it's beginning to sort of shape a little bit more positively. If this is just the containment of the correction, then it's coming at a level at which in mid-Feb the market started to pick up from again, as the RSI sort of again picks up from the mid-30s up towards 60. Pushing above 60 would be certainly a sign of renewed strength, I think, in a FTSE 100. So in due course, I do actually see that FTSE is going to continue to climb. If it can get back above 7,300, the way is really open towards 7,550 again, that reaction high from September, October. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I'll speak to you later.